with part 3. What I'll do is the first. What I'll do is I'll split it up into part 3A. This will be part 3B. We're carrying on with New Templar, Zigzag. We've just come out that Councillor's Manor, so now we're going to the castle. Meet that elf girl. So let's go that way. Bounty. That's for the I think that's for the inquest. Your first almost. That's what that is. I'm not want to do that. Just go to the toilet. Okay, no. I'll look at the books then. Yeah.
I like reading too, you know, if you ever need an excuse to get me something.
Yeah, to wait. Oh.
I need your report, mercenary. Word reached me that Councillor Jirik was murdered. What about Sophus and Philaria? And did you find definitive proof that the Dark Brotherhood is our culprit?
Councillor Sophus has been murdered too, but Philaria is safe. These notes were by each of the bodies.
That's the Black Hand, symbol of the Dark Brotherhood. I wish Jirik and Sophus had allowed me to assign brigadines to protect them. At least Philaria, however reluctantly, agreed to a military escort. Did you and Everly uncover any other information?
We gathered a few documents we think Councillor Leviticus should see.
It appears that Councillor Leviticus's trust in the Wood Elf was not misplaced. Very well. You and Everly can head in and talk to the Councillor.
Okay. Come on. Evelyn. Alright. Got books, more books. Like I say, I'm not going to read all these books. I'm just going to glance at them because it gets me XP if I just glance at it. And if anyone else wants to read them, they can rattle when I
Don't hesitate to report any suspicions.
I didn't know you were interested in that genre. I'll have to remember that.
We go up. Go up. Oh, there is another bookshelf. bombshell stuff. Books. Load of books.
Must all the interesting things in the world be unknown?
Bringing a book for travel is well worth the pack space. Shame they're so heavy.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to do these later. Continue on with West. Because I'll be active a long time.
Captain Rian and the Ivory Brigade will deal with the Dark Brotherhood. We are perfectly safe in here.
Your damn empire, Leviticus. It no longer exists, but it still causes us trouble.
Oh, is this the guy who betrays us?
You must be the mercenary that Captain Rian told me about. And I see you're working with Everly Sharparrow. Good. Good. I assume you have something to report. I'm listening.
Yes, your office were murdered. These notes were left beside their bodies.
Damn it all to oblivion and back. I should have taken Pharaoh Lupus more seriously when I received his letter. This is definitely the mark of the Dark Brotherhood. Anything else to add to this?
Yeah, Jarek and Cephas left behind documents, but part of them were written in code.
Yes, that's the Longhouse Emperor's code. Only a handful of Imperial scribes can decipher it. I know one. Baragon. I'll send for him at once. Meanwhile, we must warn the remaining counselors on the list. Eibor, Valeria, Itinia, and Vondacia.
Councillor Valeria is on the guard, collecting their records from Tidewater Cave.
Very good. I've sent messages to Itinia and Vondacia already, as neither of them are currently within Leowin's jurisdiction. I need you to go to Fort Blueblood. Councillor Eibor has taken refuge there, but I'd prefer to have her here in Leowin.
Fort Blue Blood, talk to Councillor Eibor. Okay.
Everything we do now must be swift if we are to get ahead of this. Go to Fort Blueblood and convince Councillor Eibor to return to the city. She'll be safer here than at the fort.
You must know more about Emperor Leviticus' secret and the ambitions.
Sadly, no. Whatever Leovic confided in Pharaoh Lupus and the others, whatever he ordered them to do, he kept it a complete secret from me. I suppose he assumed I wouldn't go along with anything illegal or Daedric, and he was right.
Leo. That's it. But weren't you the chief counselor of the Elder Council?
I was, but the Elder Council was made up of almost 24 counselors. According to the list Everly Sharparrow brought me, only 7 counselors were privy to this secret. Make that 6. I have no idea why Leovic listed me among that group.
There must have been some reason for your name being with the others.
Who knows what was going through Leovic's head when he wrote that entry in his journal. Varen and his rebels were literally pounding at the doors of the palace at the time. And Leovic wasn't totally in his right mind even before the rebellion.
Tell me more about Longhouse Emperor.
The Longhouse Emperors were Reachmen, who seized control of the Empire and ruled for some 40 years. Dukarach the Black Drake founded the ruling house. Morikar ascended to the throne after his father's death, and his son Leovic followed him.
And what happened to Leovic?
Leovic
Leovic.
made a mistake. When he decided to declare Daedra worship as the law of the land, Duke Varen Aquilarios objected. He led a rebellion and personally dispatched Leovic in the Imperial throne room. Thus ended the Longhouse Emperor's reign.
But that's not the end of the story.
Unfortunately, no. Varen disappeared a few years later and the Empire collapsed. Now the so-called alliances are fighting over the scraps and Tamriel is in shambles. We're doing all we can just to keep Blackwood safe and secure.
Why is Councillor Abor at Fort Blue Blood?
Abor has always had an affinity for the Imperial military. When she received her letter of warning from Pharaoh Lupus, she sent word to me, told me she was going to the fort, that the soldiers would protect her. I fear she is badly mistaken.
You don't think that the fort is safe?
Only a token force of Brigadines guards Fort Blue Blood. If the Dark Brotherhood is truly our enemy, I fear a lone assassin can bypass the fort's defenses with relative ease. Abor would be better off here in the castle. Go and bring her back at once.
Hey there, Mr.
Fort Blue Blood? That's to the east across the river. I'll meet you there.
Yeah, okay. So the elf girl's gonna meet me there.
I can't wait to take a load off at the inn.
So you'll have to wait. Going to Fort Blue Blood. Fort Blue Blood. Oh, I think go out that day. What would be better? Just going out.
Keep your weapons sharp.
Guess this gate we can go out of. Yep, that one. Okay, so let's go this way. More here. I don't know. Won't be a minute. Okay, I'm back. Okay, let's go to this fort. Find this. Is it Airborne? I think this Airborne is dead. I remember. What was that? This is oh, giving up the ghost. Oh, so this guy wants, yeah, I know what this is. He wants help with experiment, doing some ruins. I believe this is, yeah, it's over here. Go to the fort first and do that. I like that instead. I don't know where I'm going this. Lost it. Story. And on we go. Oh, the rooms. I don't want the rooms. Take the butterfly. If I take the butterfly, he's gonna start moaning at me. Or not hit that.
I bet this place is full of interesting history. I should try looking it up later.
Probably.
Look, Councillor Leviticus and Captain Rianne sent me. I need to see Councillor Abor now.
And what about my sister? She hasn't been seen since she took the Councillor her meal.
Councillor Abor was very clear about this. She doesn't want to be disturbed.
Alright, so let's talk to this guy. And 40.
Oh, another mercenary. Is our Ivory Brigade so enfeebled that Captain Rianne must resort to hiring sellswords? Look, as I told the Wood Elf, Councillor Abor was quite insistent. She doesn't want to be disturbed.
Captain Rianne and Councillor Leviticus centaurs. Do you really want to get in the way of our mission?
All right, enough. I can see when I'm being overruled. Very well. I give you permission to enter the watchtower. Councillor Abor's safety is now in your hands.
Why is that servant in no uproar?
Lurius? Oh, something about his sister. She's another servant here at the fort. Works in the kitchen, I believe. Apparently, she brought the councillor her meal. He says she never returned, but the servants look for any opportunity to sneak off.
Why did Councillor Abor come to the fort? Come to Fort Blood. Blue Blood. Blue Blood.
The counselor demanded we protect her. Said her life was in danger, but refused to give me any details. Imperial confidentiality, she insisted, above my station. I put her up in the watchtower, and assigned a couple of brigandines to guard her.
Aye.
We did not end this.
Oh, so this is lost.
Oh no! Counselor Abor's been murdered! But where's the servant? Abor's meal is still warm. So what happened to the servant that delivered it?
Oh.
Of course they tore out the pages and took them. Just when we were so close to finding out more about the ambitions.
Those handprints.
The Dark Brotherhood's calling card.
Anything here? Yes. Worth having a look. No. Oh.
We have a door locked from the outside, a dead counselor, and a missing servant. Did the assassin take off with both the torn out journal pages and the servant?
How did the murderer
they not
get...
only murdered Abor, they probably know how to find the ambitions now.
Sorry for disturbing you. How did the murderer get in and out of the watchtower without the brigadiers noticing?
See that rope hanging from the top of the tower? Bet my bottom acorn that's how the assassin got in and out. But the missing servant... something about that is knocking on the back of my head. And why would the Dark Brotherhood take those pages?
Maybe the Dark Brotherhood wants the Daedric weapons for themselves.
Maybe. But everything I've read about the Dark Brotherhood never suggested they would be interested in weapons of war, if that's even what the ambitions are. Damn it, we're loosing arrows in the dark here. Let's tell Commander Orton about Abor.
Yeah, okay. Oh, back out to this guy, Orton. She's dead, mate.
So, will Counselor Abor be returning with you to Leowyn? Am I finally going to be able to get my fort back in order?
Yeah, well, she's been murdered.
Murdered? Gods, keep your voice down. Do you want to start a panic? Tell me what you found in the watchtower.
Abor's meal was still warm but untouched, and the assassin left a calling card.
Let me see that. A black handprint. The sign of the Dark Brotherhood. But where is the servant, Talais? Is she involved in this fiasco? And how did she and the assassin get out of the watchtower? My brigandines never left their post.
There was a rope hanging from the ceiling of the watchtower.
Well, that explains some of it, but not all. We need to locate Talais. Since you're already involved and working for Captain Rian, I want you to quietly try to find Talais. Start by talking to the other servants in the kitchen and dining hall.
Okay. Oh, goodness. Oh, not to this person.
Your sister is fine. This one is certain.
Then where could she be? She would never neglect her duties.
Probably found a dark corner and someone to snuggle with. This one does that all the time. Pleasant days, visitors. How can this one assist you?
Commander Orton asked us to find Talais. Any idea where we should look?
Ah, Talais. She worries her brother so. She asked me where we kept the hot root flakes. Counselor Abor sprinkles them on every dish. I told her they are in the pantry, but you need the key from the kitchen to unlock the door.
Okay, thank you.
All right, grab a broom and start sweeping.
What? No, that's Talaze's job.
And do you see Talese anywhere? No. Then start sweeping.
A bit bossy you, aren't you, Catwoman?
The servants come to the kitchen to mutter and gossip. This one will not have it. Misaba asks that you do not distract them overly long, as they are already naturally lazy. What is it that you need?
But Orton asked me to locate Talaze. Any idea where she might be?
That young woman. She has not returned from the watchtower, so her chores remain undone. And she took the pantry key with her when she went. It is no longer hanging on its hook. That is a clear violation of the kitchen rules. A clear violation.
Where is the pantry?
The pantry is in the cellar, but the door is around the side of the building. Talese mumbled something about how the counselor loves hot root flakes, grabbed the key and the tray of food and went off. This one hasn't seen her since.
Okay. So, yeah, I'll talk to this other girl now.
I suppose now I have to do Talaze's chores as well as my own. She owes me one, and I aim to collect.
I'm trying to find Talaze. Any idea where she... Any idea where we should look?
She took the counselor her meal and hasn't returned. Did you check the watchtower? Abor's a little old, but maybe Talaze decided to improve her station, if you catch my meaning. Abor reeks of fear. Maybe Talaze finds that attractive.
You mean the counselor reeks of fear?
Well, she's been acting like a frightened guar since she arrived. Stays locked up in the watchtower. Only lets a single servant in at a time. And I hear she's been burning papers. Documents of some kind. She's scared out of her wits, if you ask me.
Okay. Yo.
Before we check the pantry, let's talk.
Okay. I'll talk to her.
So, what did we learn? Counselor Abor was frightened, but that's understandable. Interesting that she was burning documents. Her journal indicated that she knew more than the others. And Talaze visited the pantry before heading to the watchtower.
Do you think we should take a look in the pantry? Of course.
Couldn't hurt. And every mystery novel I ever read taught me you should always follow up on every clue, even the ones that seem insignificant. Let's check the pantry and see if she was looking for more than hot root flakes down there.
Okay. Back out this door and round the side. Well, we've got to go around this side and look for that girl. There were feet already.
Is that? Damn it! They murdered Talaze too!
A shame. And there's the imprint again.
Why would the Dark Brotherhood murder... Oh no. We need to talk about this. Alright, I think I figured it out. The assassin followed Talaze down here, murdered her, and took her place so they could gain access to the watchtower. Pretty clever, but they didn't have to kill her.
Yeah, right. Does this sound like the usual way the Dark Brotherhood operates?
No, not from what I've read anyway. I thought they only killed those whose names appeared on their contracts. I can't imagine anyone asked them to kill a poor servant.
Should we return to Leowin and inform Councillor Leviticus and Captain Rian?
Yes, but we still need to check on Councillor Valeria. And someone needs to go to Gideon and make sure that Councillor Van Dacia is all right. Can I leave those tasks to you? I want to return to Leowyn and consult with Councillor Leviticus.
I can check with Phelan, is it? Get that. But we also need to inform Commander Orton about this murder.
Oh, good point. Before you head out, report to Commander Orton. Tell him what happened to Therese, and how we think the assassin slipped into the watchtower undetected. His brigadiers need to be able to recognize an imposter when they see one.
I'll report to the commander, contact the 2 remaining councillors and meet you in Leowyn.
After you report to the commander, make contact with Councillors Valeria and Van Dacia. Valeria went to Tidewater Cave to get her records, and Van Dacia works in the Gideon courthouse. Cracked acorns! I suddenly had the weirdest feeling come over me.
Yeah, right.
Yes. No, I don't know. We were talking about the councillors, Valeria and Van Dacia. Suddenly I had a premonition. It was brief and disturbing and mildly unpleasant, like the dreams I've been having. But this is the first time while I was awake.
Tell me about the dreams.
Remember I told you about that strange book I found? The one with the Daedric writing that I can't read? I've been having bad dreams since I found it, and the dreams are becoming more frequent. This time it happened right while we were talking.
Tell me about the premonition.
It was just a flash, but it was accompanied by a feeling. I felt a sense of overwhelming evil, all tied up in the figure I saw in my mind. Like someone held a portrait in front of my face for just a moment and then pulled it away.
What did the figure look like?
It was one of the Waking Flame cultists, I think. Someone powerful, in command. A dark silhouette wrapped in a cloak. I'll never forget the feeling it invoked. It was like a wave of hopelessness. We can deal with this later. Let's get back to it.
Okay, see you later. Okay, so we've got to... I've got to report to that Captain Orton. Then I've got to... What did you say? Go to the Mother Council?
Well?
All right. You talked to the fort's servants and rummaged around in our pantry. What's the verdict? Did you find the missing servant?
Lace is in the pantry. The assassin murdered her. Tended to be here and get into the watchtower.
That's... Oh, that's horrible. Are you sure? No. Of course you're sure. No one would lie about something like that. I'll tell her brother what happened and send someone to tend to her body. Gods, what a day this has been.
Yeah, told me. Okay, I'm going to end the video there, the live stream, and then I'll carry on with this later. So, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later.